The reason for this video is I purchased this Kathleen Lights palette off of Wish. And I've been watching videos, and I guess there are fake Kathleen Lights palettes out there. It's a $14 palette. Why do you need to make fake ones? I purchased this for $5 on Wish, and then after shipping, it became like $7. So the swatches and the videos I've seen, all these are like lacking pigmentation, and you can tell there's just something off about it. The only one that lacks in pigmentation is this one right here. Like, I just don't feel like it comes off like the other ones. The other ones, they come off really well. So I'm just going to test this out and see how it works, do a little eye look. I'm going to take this cream one right here to just go ahead and set. I put concealer down as my primer today because I might go swimming later. So I don't know if I want to have all that, you know, great makeup on. So this is a perfect video because if this eye look fails, I'm going to go swimming in a little bit, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I just put that cream shadow down to set my concealer, and now, all right, so then I'm going to go into this, you know, rusty orangey shade. It's a matte, and sorry if you hear the knocking next door. My neighbor is doing something in this backyard. Okay, he loves to do that. Like every time I film a video, it's like my neighbor decides that he's going to do something in his backyard, like mow his lawn or knock on wood or whatever he's doing. Okay, so this color is going down very nicely and blending out really nicely. So like I said, I don't think that this is like a fake palette. I just don't know. Like, I'll show you in a second swatches once I get done with my eye look, and you'll see that like it looks like a real palette. I mean, this looks like a real Morphe palette. So all the videos I've been seeing where they swatch this palette that are fake, I mean, like there's like no pigmentation whatsoever, and I'm like, how could this be a fake? This is like, I think this is real. Like, why would you want to make a fake $14 palette? Anyways, okay, so moving on, I am going to go into this really pretty color right here and apply that just like a little bit lower than the orange color. I'm using that same brush, going to tap it out and see the pigmentation on this. Like I said, I'm like, I don't think this is a fake because the pigmentation on this is pretty freaking amazing. Like, there's just no, I'm just going to go ahead and put this in my outer corner and my inner corner. I don't see how this could be a fake. I honestly don't. I think this is the real deal because like I said, all these other videos I've been watching, how there's fake palettes out there floating around. This just doesn't, that with the exception of that one shade. And I don't know if in the real palette, because I don't own the real palette, I don't know if that shadow doesn't perform well. To me, this palette seemed like there wasn't a lot of reviews from the bigger YouTubers. Like the bigger YouTubers, I just don't feel like we got a lot of reviews from them. I felt like this palette was just like it was out there and then it wasn't, right? Like she talked about it, and then you saw like smaller YouTubers do looks with it, or you saw bigger YouTubers do looks with it, but nobody really talked about it. Like nobody really gave their opinions on it. Like there was one, the Mel MPH or something like that, whatever her channel is. I don't subscribe to her, but I remember seeing that she did a video on it and talked about it, and ooh, that girl got lots of hate for her video. So there is that color. I did need to work it up a little bit. Like the matte shades don't perform as well. No, that's a lie because the other one performed pretty well. So I'm just going to wipe that brush off. Same brush. I'm very lazy about switching my brushes. And then just blend out on top here. Okay, so I'm going to get a finer brush, and I'm going to go into this dark shade. And like I said, this dark shade didn't perform well on my swatches. Sometimes, you know, these colors will not swatch well, but then when you put them on your eyes, you're like, whoa, totally different. So it seems to be kind of the case here where it's swatching pretty good, or it's applying on my eyes pretty well. And I'm going to meet this color in the crease. Going back into that light rosy shade. Going into the lighter orange shade, right above that. So it's performing very well. Okay, so then I'm going to get a flat shader brush, and I'm going to take this color right here and apply that in the center. And this is dry. That's, can you see that? That's dry. That's a dry brush. I didn't wet my brush. And the shimmers perform really nicely. Honestly, it's like, I can't tell if this is a fake. I honestly don't. I don't think it is. The box that it came with is just like the real one, where it has, you know, her information, you know, got the little lights above it. It's like just putting that right on the center of my lid. And this was dry. Like if I wanted to amp it up, I'm sure I could just wet my brush and amp it up a little bit, but I want you to see how this applies without messing with it. So that is the lid. I'm actually going to take this light shade right here and dip my brush and apply that directly in the center. And then in the inner corner. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe that same brush, and then I'm going to take that white color right here again and just put a little bit underneath my eyelid. So pigmented, like if it's a fake, it wouldn't have just did that to me. Like, I don't know. Because I have had fake palettes before. I've had fake Benefit palettes. What else? I've gotten other fake palettes. Oh, a fake Anastasia palette. It was the World Couture one. No pigmentation, sucked balls. It was totally awful. So I'm going to wipe away underneath my eye here. And I mean, I could tell you what fake palettes, what pigmentation like is on fake palettes, because that Anastasia palette was so bad. It was the World Couture one. It just looked like a total fake, like a total piece of crap. And this palette is not looking that way. So I'm like really excited because I actually got a real palette. So I'm going to take that same slanted brush and I'm going to go back into this rosy color. And I'm going to put this underneath my eyes. Underneath that, I'm going to go in with that orange color. Okay, so I think I'm going to not do any eyeliner so you can just really see the eye look. Okay, I'm going to take my Max Factor. Honestly, I'm just so excited about this palette. I think that this is a real one. So this is the look I was able to create with this palette. I honestly thought that when I did the look today, I was going to be very disappointed and just be like, I'm giving this away. But I can't say that I am. Like, this is my type of look. This warm, you know, pinky mauve tone. This is really my type of look. And I just think it looks really pretty. And I'm definitely going to keep this palette. I'll be playing with it a lot more now that I know that the pigmentation on this is really nice. Let me go ahead and swatch for you so that you can see that I'm not, you know, fibbing here. Of course, I would not fib to you. But so that you can tell, or you can judge for yourself how well the colors are, you know, these colors apply. So these two shades right here, when you look at the videos of the fake ups, they don't have pigmentation. Like there's the swipes, okay? These two shades do not have pigmentation, and you can definitely tell that there is pigmentation there. So the next couple of shades I will swatch for you. Well, the one I used on the center of my lids, and then let me do this one right here. So these two right here, let me just swatch those. I don't have any space here. So there they are there, just swiping them. I mean, and I don't own the real one, or I don't own the original From Morphe palette. This is the one I own, and from judging what I'm, you know, swatching, it's really good. Like, I can't tell if there's a fake. And I've had fake palettes before. Like I said, I have owned, you know, an Anastasia fake palette. I ordered it off this one website, and the last one that I ordered through, it was like through a website where you're supposed to be able to sell like new and used makeup or whatever, and it was awful. The Anastasia one. This one is from Wish, and I paid $5 for it. I can't tell if it's a fake. The only shade that I felt lacked in pigmentation is this one, and I just feel like, okay, so, I mean, I dug into my palette pretty good, but see, like, it just doesn't have a lot of pigmentation on it. So when I swatch it, it's just about the only one that I feel like lacks in pigmentation. Here's another one that's a little bit, you see it on your hand. I didn't rub as many times, but you can see it still has a lot of pigmentation. So those are the mattes. That is the only one that I feel like is a kind of a dud in this palette. Here's this gray color, and swatched it. It's, you know, it's a light. It's light, but it doesn't lack in pigmentation. So out of this palette, this is the only one that I feel is like a dud. So I'm not sure if in the original palette, this one was a dud also. No, I still dug my nail in it and tried to re-swatch it, and it's still bad. So yeah, this is the only one that's a dud. The rest of them are amazing, and I really enjoy this. I really enjoy these, so I might have to dig them all out, throw that one away, and just put these in a Z palette, because I know that these type of colors here are just not my cup of tea. I'm not into grays. I'm not into those kind of greens. Like, I'm just kind of not, because it's kind of like a gray green. I don't really care for those type of colors, but the rest of them, yeah, really pretty. Like, if this palette was like this, it would be bomb. Okay, so that's it. That is my fake. I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but that's what it is. I mean, it's like, is it fake? Is it real? You be the decider, okay? You make the decision for me, because the only reason I ordered this palette is because it was $5, and I mean, $5 is not a lot to spend. And then with shipping, it was like $7.40. It's just not a lot to spend on a palette. So I was like, you know, I've bought shittier palettes for the same price. So this is, you know, this was exciting to me that I found something that could possibly be real. And it was really nice. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, give me a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.